Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Muhammad Ismail Ahmad, a chemical engineering student from Dawood University of Engineering and Technology. So I present a topic on subject maintenance and safety engineering. My topic for today is standards on fire hoses. It is NFPA Code Standard 1961. NFPA is basically a National Fire Protection Association that is non-profit self-funded organization which was established on 1896, and the purpose of NFPA to decrease or overcome the losses that caused by the electrical or any types of disasters. So in this topic I will discuss first the basic definition that are used for the fire hoses. Then we will go towards design requirements according to NFPA rule number 1961. Then we will see the construction requirements for fire hoses. Then we will finally go towards the test methods for manufacturers of hose certification. In this test methods, we will just see the different types of tests because the shortage of time, we will not cover the details of all types of tests. So let's come to the basic definition for the fire hoses. It is the terminologies that is used in the fire hoses. There are three terminologies that are written here. Coating, cover, elongation. Coating is basically a protective material impregnated, saturated, or coated outside the reinforcement layer of the hose to provide additional strength, or we can say reinforcement or protection for the hose. And number second is cover. Cover is basically an additional layer on the outside of a hose consisting of continuous synthetic rubber or plastic that is usually thicker than coating. Elongation basically used to strengthen the length of hoses. It is also basically a additional layer outside the hose. It is also a synthetic rubber or plastic material. Now we will see the different types of fire hoses for the different purpose of usage. Number one is attack hose. Attack hose is basically designed by the use of trained firefighters and fire brigade members to combat fires beyond our control. Booster hose. Booster hose is basically a non-collapsible hose. It does not collapse. Used under positive pressure, having an elastomeric or thermoplastic tube to stretch the hose. That's why we use the elastomers here. A braided or spiral reinforcement and an outer protective cover. Number third is fire hose. Fire hose basically a simple, a flexible conduct used to water supply. Forestry fire hose. Forestry fire hose is basically a hose designed to meet specialized requirements for fighting wildland fires. Large diameter hose basically a diameter of 31 by 2 inch, which is equivalent to 90 millimeter or larger size. Occupant use hose basically are domestic purpose hoses that are designed for the simple individuals or occupants living in houses, because it is basically a incipient fire prior to the arrival of trained firefighters on fire brigade members. Suction hose. Suction hose basically a hose that is designed to prevent collapse under vacuum conditions so that it can be used for drifting water from below the pump. Supply hose is basically the purpose for supply hose is basically moving water between a pressurized water source and a pump that is supplying. Now come to the design requirements according to the NFPA rule 1961. So the design requirement for attack horse is basically the test pressure, the minimum design test pressure for the attack horses should be 300 psi or equivalent to 20.7 bar. Attack horse shall withstand a test pressure of 2 times its design service test pressure without movement of coupling, leakage or breakage of any thread in the reinforcement when subjected to the proof test. Now come to the requirement for supply horse. The supply horse requirement, it is the minimum design test pressure for supply horse should be 200 psi or equivalent to 13.8 bar. Supply horse shall withstand a test pressure of 2 times its design test pressure without movement of coupling, leakage or breaking. Requirement for occupant use horse. Occupant use horse shall have a minimum design service test pressure of 150 psi or equivalent to 10.3 bar. It should withstand a test pressure of 2 times its design pressure. Requirement for forestry horse. Forestry horse shall have a minimum design service test pressure of 300 psi or equivalent to 20.7 bar. Requirements for suction hose is basically the suction hose shall be constructed to withstand an internal vacuum of at least 23 inch or equivalent to 0.78 bar without failure, including the collapse of the linear or the cuffed ends. Booster hose. Finally, the booster hose requirement shall not apply to booster hose at service pressure above 500 psi or equivalent to 34.5 bar. It is among them, it is the highest pressure bearing hose is booster hose. The construction requirements according to NFPA rule 1961 for the constructing of fire hoses. The diameter, the length, reinforcement, linings, covers and markings. Diameter, basically the shell have an internal diameter of not less than the trade size of the hose. Length, the length of the hose shall be between -2% to +4% of the nominal stated length of the hose. Reinforcement basically shall be made from one of the following material: natural fiber, synthetic fiber, or a combination of natural and synthetic both. Number fourth is linings cover. Linings are and covers, if provided, shall be made from one of the following materials and materials shall be approved. What are those materials? Those materials are rubber compounds, thermoplastic material, blends of rubbers, compounds and thermoplastic materials, natural rubber latex coated fabric. The last one is marking. Marking is basically single jacket hose with a service test pressure of 300 psi or equivalent to 20.7 bar and above shall be marked with the words single jacket. Now come to the different types of tests when we are designing or constructing or manufacturing the fire hoses. We should be consider these types of tests: proof test, elongation, twist, wrap and rise test, kink test, burst test, adhesion test, tensile strength test, oven aging test, elongation test, ozone resistance test, cold blending test, cold flexibility test, oil immersion test, and flexibility and compressibility test. Thank you so much for watching and listening my presentation. Take care yourself.